In this video today, I'm going to give you the most effective scalping strategy that works on any market. So first off, open TradingView like mine, okay? Then you choose any time frame of your choice. Okay, next, navigate to the indicator section and search for FDIAS TSL. So this is my indicator section here, and I'm going to search for FDIASTSL. So this is the indicator here by Lux. So now we have the indicator running. This will allow you to add the FDIA adaptive trend with super floating levels indicator to your chart. Now let's optimize the settings for this indicator before using it as a trading tool. Head over to the trading indicator settings and make necessary adjustments to find the best value. You can refer to the video for guidance on how to do this effectively. So you have to use the settings as displayed in this video. So first off, we go to input and change this. Fractal period, ignite, change this to 45. Change the speed, 21. Change the multiplier to 4. Then you move over to style. You want to turn off top float, bottom float, mid float, super trend, top fill color, bottom fill color. After these settings are all checked, click OK. Once you have optimized the indicator settings, keep an eye out for the appearance of letter above and below candles. These letters serve as trading signals. If you see or spot the letter L below the candle, it indicates a buy signal. It means that there is a potential for profit on a long trade. For instance, on this chart, look at the L that appeared below the candle, and entering a buy position at that point could have resulted in a 17% profit or more. Isn't that impressive? Okay, now let's assume that we took a trade here. Stop loss. Look at that. So after the L forms, this L forms after the first candle is formed. So when this first candle closes, the next candle is your entry point. You can aim for 1:2. The most effective way is to always take 1:2 every time, or 1:1.5. But our advice is stick to 1:1.5, as that is how I personally trade. This strategy has a very high win rate, and it's always going to allow you to have more winning trades than ever losing trades. Now, look at the other side here. You can see an S form. Now, this S formed in this trend, giving you an opportunity for a potential sell trade. So if we took this sell trade here, this could have led to massive profit. So 1:1.5 is strong. And there you go. As easy as that. And this goes on and on and on and on. On and on and on. It is an impressive indicator. So we are going to be able to filter out bad trades like this one. So we are going to add up another indicator on the chart that will help us with that. Now, we are going to add the RSI histogram to confirm the validity of trades. So now what you want to do is go into the indicator section and search for RSI histogram. So this is the indicator here by D-Man 103. So click on it once. And after clicking on it, we are going to do some settings here, of course, to optimize it for profitable trading. So this histogram here, remember, is to confirm our trade entries, is to give us more valid entries and filter out bad trades. So let's go ahead and make some settings to it immediately. Right click here and click on settings. Then over here, we go to input. So change the RSI length to 45. Change the moving average length to 21. And that's it. Now go over to style, change this color. You can change the color to whatever you like. I'll just take a dimmer green here. So I'll take a dimmer red. Then change this bar icon and put area. You want it to be an area. It should be smooth. Okay. Now this is a very perfect histogram. So we are going to use this side by side with our FDF. Okay. So this is our setup here. Now I want you guys to look at this one. Okay. Now when the L side appeared here, followed with a green histogram. So you want to make sure that when the L appears, you look at the histogram. If it's green and above the 0%, then you have a potential buy trade to the upside. Same thing for the red. If the S appears for a sell, you check the histogram, it turns red. When it turns red and below the 50%, then you have a potential sell trade to the downside. Now, let's look at this in perspective. Assuming that we run this trade, this is what our trade will look like. We keep our stop loss below the last candle, somewhere around. Okay? Then we make sure that we have a 1-to-1. Or you can keep it at the last low and you take a 1-to-1. So there are many ways you can trade this. Just trade it the way it suits you. Okay? So you might have your own risk preferences. You might want to take 1-to-1. You might want to take 1-to-2. Depends on you. All is going to work perfectly. But for optimal results, always look for 1-to-1. I'll keep my stops here. And I'm aiming for 1-to-1. Remember, we are scalping this market. And we want to make sure we are in and out as fast as possible. Now, let's look at situations where we have bad signal. Looking over here, just here, you're going to see here that we have a sell. We have an L here appearing, indicating a long signal. Assuming that we do not have the histogram on, we would have taken a buy here and this trade would have started. Okay? Now, this here is an example of a terrible trade. And now, thanks to our histogram, we are able to avoid this kind of trade. Let's look at another scenario where this could have led to a very terrible trade. Okay? Now, I want you to look at this buy trade here again. This is a long trade. L stands for buy. So the candle is finished form, and now our histogram hasn't turned green. It's red. And now when this happens, we take no trade and we sit on our arms and wait for a good trading signal. So this happened here. We did not trade, and now the market quickly reversed. If we were in a buy trade, however, we would have gotten stopped. But thanks to the histogram, our win rate just boosted from 80% to close to 100. Now we have a sell S here indicating a sell trade. Now our histogram here confirms, like, they all agree. So once these two indicators here agree, we have a good sell trade to the downside. A nice 1-to-1.5 will be easily achieved trading this. Okay, now let's assume that we're on a trade here and a stop loss is up there, and we're taking a trade. So you can trade this the way you want it, but when you see the market reversing on you, this could potentially be a break-even trade here, or you can still hold it and it goes all the way to stop you. So either ways, you're still going to take losses. But this is a very, very good trade. It ran deep, and me personally, I would have closed that trade. And now this is another sell trade here, an S, histogram red, and we take a sell trade here. And this trade would have also worked out very good. Guys, now you have to be rest assured that this strategy works on every time. We have a long trade here, another buy trade. You can see the histogram is red. If we bought here, this market would have stopped us out immediately. Now, what are the rules for this strategy? First of all, we need to see the candle form and close, right? So once the first green candle closes and the L appears, we check the histogram. Now it's red, so we cannot trade. Assuming that we didn't have the histogram, we would have taken our trade around here and a 1-to-5. And you can see that immediately the market came down and stopped us. So always make sure that these two always align and they work together. Good. Okay, now let us look at some scenarios like this one where we have a long signal and our histogram here is green. Now you can see that here we can have a fairly good trade. Stop loss just there. Take profit 1-to-1.5. So you can see that this trade actually went deep. If you look at this candlestick here, it went kind of deep and almost hit us our target and reversed. So if you were smart enough, you would have taken some profits and breaking even. So it depends on how you trade it. You can see this one over here, histogram green, long trade, successful. Histogram red, histogram red. So here we have a sell, green. So now this is a bad signal. it says here sell, but the histogram is green. So they do not agree. And if you took a sell trade, you would have been liquidated. So guys, this is exactly how this strategy works. I have tested it time and time again. And let us go on another time frame and see how it performs. Okay, so we are going to move over to, let's take a smaller time frame. Let's take, for example, the 5-minute time frame. Remember, we are scalpers, and on this channel we provide scalping content. So I want to make sure that we should always have trading signals that will enable us to scalp without any problems. Now, same explanation goes here. We have an L for a long trade, a candle formed and closed. We take a quick buy and we have this trade move to the upside because two indicators agree and they all say the same thing. So that means we have a stronger probability and a stronger tendency for this trade to move in our favor. So now we have a good trade. Now, just close to that, we have another sell trade here, which is an example of a bad trade because the sell trade appeared, a nice red candle formed, but the histogram disagreed. So when this happens, let's assume that we sold without the histogram confirming anything, and now this would have happened, stopped out. Okay, so this is the way you trade this market. I want you to go and do your own research and do some back testing, gather some results, and make a decision for yourself if you want to trade like this. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Subscribe as it supports this channel for me to keep dropping. You guys all know I just started this channel brand new, and I would like you guys to support me so that I keep making videos like this, and I'll keep striving to better your trading in every way that I can. So you can check out my free Telegram link in the bio, in my description. See you guys on my next video.